Happy New Year. Today is January 1st, 2025. It's a beautiful day in Houston, Texas, USA. It is a frighteningly cold 57 degrees. I brought a scarf with me in the event that I get cold, because for Houston this is cold. Now, side note, if you are from, say, the Pacific Northwest, and you are laughing right now because I just said that 57 degrees is really cold, I invite you, Pacific Northwesterner, to come to Houston in August. Oh, nope, I am not going to give you money, panhandler. Look at this guy. Look at this. No, don't look at me. Go wash your face. Come to Houston in July when it's like 147 degrees outside, and we'll go mow my grass. And you can be like, oh, it's so hot, and I'll be laughing like, no, it's not hot. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Okay. So, we have an adventure of epic proportions today. Epic proportions. What is epic proportions? Today we have an adventure of epic proportions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing this live. You know, this is as good as it gets. We are going to get on the loop. Yes! I have been promising you for months and months that we are going to get on the loop, and today we're going to do it. Now, well, first we have to get to the loop, so I'll show you some ways to get to the loop. So I'm on the Beltway 8. We are pointed north, and hey, it's up 58 degrees now. And this is Westheimer in front of us. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on Tollway 8, and then we're going to go up to I-10. We're going to take the flyover onto I-10 East, which is that way, and then we'll go over to the loop. And as we get closer there, as we travel closer there, I will explain to you kind of what we're going to do and why we're doing it this way. And that'll be that. So first and foremost is I am a stickler for setting expectations. In my line of work, a lot of people will be like, hey, this is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. So I'm always cognizant of setting expectations. So here's the expectation I'm going to set for you about today's adventure on the loop. It's not going to be a realistic depiction of everyday traffic on the loop. Why? Because it's Wednesday, January 1st, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's still at home sleeping off their hangover. So you won't get the full tons of cars and chaos effect. But you will be able to see the actual lanes. We'll be able to count them, and hopefully this will make some sense to you, so that the day you do get on the loop for real, and it's full of cars and traffic, that you're kind of like, okay, I know what should be here. I don't know, I think I'm going to stay in this lane. I've never done this lane before. I'm not used to driving when there's no traffic out, so this is as much fun for me as it is for you. Look at this. It's Virgil's lane. Check it out, dude. It's very windy, very noisy. So the loop. Let's talk about the loop in a kind of a general sense, because it's a major component to traveling in Houston. but it's something of an enigma in that it's just a circle, right? It's like a hula hoop. It has no beginning, it has no end. But unlike a hula hoop, it is extremely complicated. There's a vulture sitting on that light up there, just waiting. It's like, where are the dead bodies? No dead bodies today for you, Mr. Vulture guy. All right. So, the loop sucks, all right? We're just going to put it out there, plain speak, no holds barred. The loop sucks. You never really want to get on the loop. You have to get on the loop. That's what all trips on the loop, that's what they all have in common. It's like, oh shit, I got to get on the loop to get over there. Now, the portion of the loop that we're going to look at today is the West Loop and what I would call the Northwest Loop. Now, the West Loop it's a short stretch. It has lots of lanes, and it's usually full of cars. This guy is driving 38 miles an hour. Should we run him off the road? I think we should. Ooh, look, you can see I-10. Check this out. We are way up here. Super windy. Look at the flags at half staff for President Carter. President Carter was president when I was like born or something, and nobody liked him then, and nobody really liked him up until recently when he, like, I don't know, something about his wife died or something. So I don't know. Do with that as you want, but I don't know why everybody's all up in arms about Jimmy Carter. All right, so we have entered I-10 East. Gessner is right down there. It's weird driving with no cars on the road. Kind of kooky. All right, so here's what we're going to do. There are 4 lanes that split off from I-10 East, which is what we're on now. That is Memorial City. That's Spring Branch. Those 4 lanes are much like the flyover at Sam Houston, or when we went from I-10 East onto the Sam Houston Toll Road South. It's kind of the same concept, only there are 2 lanes that go this way and 2 lanes that go that way. So it's like double your fun, right? The city of Houston, or the Texas Department of Transportation, was nice enough to paint onto the roadway little icons that tell you where you will be taken if you're in this lane or that lane, right? The signs are good too. The signs up in the air, they're pretty good too, but when you have 4 lanes over here and then you got 3 or 4 lanes over there, and especially when you have a lot of traffic. Is that a cop? Nope, that's a guy who is. Got a blowout. Sorry, dude. Oh yeah, that sucks. So what we are going to do is we're going to get in the 2 lanes that go towards the right. And that will put us on the West Loop southbound. So we will be traveling that way, and what we will see is a lot of office buildings and apartment buildings and the Galleria. Okay. Once we clear that portion of the West Loop, we will cross through 59. Because I don't know if you go over or you go under, but you go through 59, and then we will U-turn and come back the other way. We'll go northbound on the West Loop, but we'll go past I-10, and I'll take you to what I call the Northwest Loop and show you what a maniacal, batshit insane piece of roadway that is. And then we will U-turn and come back the opposite direction and get on I-10 heading west that way. And of course, Leon will show you some little maps from time to time as we're doing this. So that makes a little bit more sense visually, because from down here, it's just lanes. 1 lane, 2 lane, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lanes right here. 8 once this one disappears. That's Silver. If you go that way on Silver, you're in Spring Branch. Alright, so heads up. Here are our 4 lanes. Those 2 lanes go north. We don't want to go north. We want these 2 lanes. We want to go south. So, here we go. See? This is what you've been missing out on. It's painted on the ground. South, little arrow going this way. The north lane has an arrow going this way too, but see, that's just confusing because you're actually going to go that way if you go north. But we're focusing on south. Okay, 610, the loop, southbound. Now I know you can't see it, but there's a ramp over there that's bringing traffic from I-10 westbound onto the west loop southbound. So we're about to merge with 2 other lanes right there. I'm using my turn signal, yes. Ta-da! Alright, so here is the west loop southbound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lanes of travel. And all that you see in front of us is the Galleria, Uptown, whatever district they're calling it these days. Immediately to our left is the Houston Arboretum. Immediately to our right is the the Villages, Memorial Drive, that kind of stuff. It's on the other side of those trees. I'm using my turn signals to change lanes. So the reason that people use this stretch of the loop, you can exit Post Oak, you can exit Woodway, you can exit San Felipe, you can exit Westheimer, you can exit Richmond, and you can exit onto 59. North or south, take your pick. Now imagine this like Tuesday afternoon, 5 o'clock, and nobody is moving, but it's full of cars. It's just brake lights as far as the eye can see. And when you look on the other side, it's the same thing. Why do people do this to themselves? I don't know. I say they just lack imagination, or they don't know how to drive around Houston, which is where I come in, because I'm telling you, you don't need this. You don't need this at all. If you try to exit at San Felipe, I'm pretty sure the line of cars is probably 50 cars deep. The one for Westheimer, if you want to go west on Westheimer, you got to cut over 3 lanes of traffic. Nobody's going to let you over. This is dog eat dog, Mad Max. Yeah, there are people out here with like clubs that have like spikes sticking out of it, those chains, they whip around, they hit you with them. You don't want to be up here, dude. That's Williams Tower right there. And that is a billboard with a dinosaur on it with a Happy Merry Christmas hat. So there is Dillard's, and there's the Galleria, and what lay before us is 59. So this ramp going that way takes you to 59 north, and the little ramp that you probably can't see very well is 59 south. It's right there. See, it goes right there. So that's pretty simple, right? I mean, it's not a lot of side-to-side motion. It's just that when you get up here during the week, morning or afternoon, it's just cars, man. It is just cars. And cars are dangerous because they have people driving them, and those people tend not to know they don't know how to drive cars very well, so they tend to bang into you. And banging into other cars is just not fun. But if you enjoy that kind of thing, the West Loop is your kind of place. I say, get on with it. Alright, we're going to exit at Bel Air. And U-turn. Then we'll go north. So what's different on the north side than the south side? Well, where did you come from? It's kind of hard to describe. It is different, but it's not like dramatically different. But it has its own foibles. Yes, its own little niggles. Yep. Alright. Some of this may look familiar to you because this is Bel Air Boulevard. Oh my lord, there's that bump. And as you know, it's Bel Air here, but it's Holcomb down there. Alright. Alright, they got a green light. And I got a yield sign. Look at SUV, 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 SUV. Look, smoke of this van. Alright. North, 610, this way. So the experience of traveling northbound on the West Loop it's kind of the key moment is as you approach 59. You'll see this big yellow sign here. It says, slow traffic ahead, be prepared to stop. And they ain't kidding. That's not a joke. In the afternoon, traffic will come to a complete stop about right here. And you will go from 80 to 0 in about 50 feet. And of course, everybody behind you has no idea what's going on in front of you because they ain't paying attention. All these flyovers are brand new. They just installed them over the past couple of years. And you can see, and this is on the opposite side of the loop as well, it narrows down to 3 lanes, and they did that so that all of this traffic from 59 south can come onto the loop in this little designated area on the other side of the wall here, which is stupid because it backs up at Westheimer all the way back to 59. And then these 2 lanes here that are the 59 south traffic merging onto I-10, pardon me, the West Loop north, that gets jacked up. It backs up all the way to Buffalo Speedway. This is all backed up. It's just backed up, which is cars everywhere. Just cars everywhere. Alright, so we're passing over Westheimer. So what we're going to do now is we're not going to exit onto I-10 west. We're going to continue on to the West Loop northbound so that you can see how the West Loop transitions at 290. Yep, there's a whole nother freeway that we've never even talked about. It's called 290, and it goes essentially to Austin. But we're not going to go to Austin. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like because it's not very user friendly. If you were to exit to I-10 east or west, you get in these lanes over here and you just position your vehicle in the lane that the arrow points to. You want to go to San Antonio, you get in the lane the white Tahoe is in. You want to go to downtown, get in the next lane over. That's simple. Hopefully you can hear me because it is loud up here. Alright, so I-10, go that way. 610, go this way. That was another vulture sitting on top of a sign. That's 2. Okey-doke. So we are on the West Loop, northbound, and we are about to travel over I-10. Now, like I said, our goal here is to stay on the loop. So let's see our first set of signs right off the bat. It says that those 2 lanes on the left go to Austin. All right, so we're not going to get in either of those lanes. Now, I'm going to stay in this lane here because I know at least one of those lanes turns into an exit only. I think it's Ella Boulevard, but don't quote me on that. There's really nothing over here to see, so you would never drive over here to, I don't know, go to an amusement park or go watch a baseball game. All right, so that goes to Austin. This goes to the North Loop. All right, we're going to transition from West Loop to North Loop. Look at all this. Look at just tarmac as far as the eye can see. All right. Now I've essentially shown you everything I want you to see. That's traffic coming from 290. Here is Ella Boulevard. This is where we're going to exit. Because the fun is really going the opposite direction. Because there is a stretch of freeway there that it's like you're not on I-10, you're not on the loop, you're not really anywhere. That's the Boy Scouts of America. And this is Ella Boulevard. So this part of Houston is the northernmost section of the Heights. The Heights are where all the rich white folk live. We'll go there someday. It's just houses. Old houses. Expensive old houses. Ella, BLVD. Whoa, that's a lot of G's. Yeah. Anybody coming? Yeah, there's some guy, some lady, some person is coming. Alright, we're good. Okay. Alright, let's get back up on the loop. Alright, so no. Not in front of me, you don't. Okay. Now remember, the goal is to stay on the loop. We do not want to get on I-10. We do not want to get on 290. See, I used my turn signal. Alright, so let's pay attention to these signs. The first thing I see is that there's a sign for Old Katy Road. I don't think the Old Katy Road exists anymore. It doesn't. We're getting warm. Alright, I can see the fuckery from here. Alright, so those 2 lanes are the West Loop southbound. Okay. That lane goes to the Old Katy Road. Doesn't make a lick of sense. Alright, so these 2 lanes exit only to I-10. Now, watch. There's a wall that divides this from that. What is this? Is it I-10? Is it the loop? I don't know what it is. But I do know that we want to go west. So we have to get in one of those 2 lanes over there, because these 2 lanes go downtown. That's right, buddy. Move it. All right, so you can see Williams Tower, the Galleria. It's where a lot of old rich people live in these high-rise town home condo things. Yep. So this is all Spring Branch to our right. To our left is it's kind of an industrial area. It's not the Heights. I don't know what they call that. It's probably part of Washington Avenue. All right, so we're in the lane to go west on I-10. All right, here we go. And we're about to merge with all of the traffic coming from the West Loop northbound, merging onto I-10 West. Right there. Ta-da and ta-da. What do you think of that? We're back on I-10 West. So, how do we summarize that little adventure? So, it was pretty much a total waste of time, because I don't think you should ever use those parts of the road. Understand what they do, how they function, what you could do if you were like bored and just wanted to kill an hour of time sitting in traffic. But don't get on the loop. That's kind of like 59. Nothing good is ever going to happen to you if you're on the loop. The West Loop in particular. South Loop's fine. It's really fast. People drive really fast. East Loop, that's the ship channel. Kind of weird. North Loop, don't recommend it. But just focusing on the West Loop, I wouldn't do it if I were you. I would just say no. And the reason being is that it's always full of cars except for New Year's Day. And you can get to where you're going much, much faster if you stay on the surface streets. Kirby, we've talked about it. Use Kirby. Use Westheimer. Use some other street. But don't use the loop. Because what happens is you get up there and everybody wants to change lanes, and you will eventually get plowed into, and that person will probably take off. They will not pull over. It's called a hit and run, and they'll take off, and you won't be able to catch them. And that'll be on you. So I think I've had enough of the loop for today, so I think I'm going to go home and watch football. What do you think, Virgil? It's 58 degrees now. It's still pretty cold. All right. Well, have a happy new year. Have a blessed 2025. Drive fast, take risks, pet your dog for me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Everybody's still hungover from yesterday. Ooh, he's got all the little waifus. Man. I'm not judging, I'm just pointing out the obvious.